Hey, folks, coming to you right now from my wood paneled basement where I'm recording this. Obviously, I'm not in class. I am not feeling well today. Today was supposed to be a day where I was going to lead you through your question development and some preliminary research on your history fair project that we've been working on sort of on and off throughout the semester. But now you're going to get to do it under the tutelage of the sub. So, again, remember that the history fair theme is turning point. So, an idea, event, or action that directly or sometimes indirectly causes change. Now, we've worked out what our topics are going to be. I'm fine with what your topics are, what you've told me throughout the semester. Now, we need to create a question that we're going to use in order to guide us. So, the main idea of the topic question that we create is that it's got to be debatable. It's got to be open ended. It needs to start with how or why. And obviously, it needs to be researchable. So, it needs to be discrete enough that you can actually find out information about it. Um, and hopefully something that hasn't already been totally just researched the heck out of before. Okay. And again, at the heart of all this, we're trying to look at change. We're trying to look at how this event is an inflection point and how, the after picture is very much different than the before. Okay. So I give you examples of sort of what an unclear, unfocused, or simple question would be versus a clear, focused, and complex. And you'll see that at the top, we're looking at sort of whys and whats, okay, that again aren't really necessarily open ended. At the bottom, we're looking at how, and then there's again sort of a what, but it's far more specific. So I think even more illustrative right here, if we look at a question on the Chicago fire and a question about Jackie Robinson, what caused the Chicago fire? Again, pretty close ended. Why is it important? Well, that could be more open ended, but it's not specific enough. Why is Jackie Robinson's life a turning point? Again, very important question, but it pretty much has it doesn't have the complexity that we're looking for. And so if you look at the difference in terms of the Great Chicago Fire, in terms of talking about the influence on urban planning and architecture and fire safety versus Jackie Robinson just being a turning point, sort of a simple question, versus in what ways did he actually help dismantle racial barriers and foster greater equality? Okay. So again, even though the second question is a why, and it seems like it's actually a turning point question, it needs to be more specific. Okay. So again, I'm going to ask you to fill this out right on Google Classroom. Again, remind me what your topic is. I'm going to have you do two options here. All right. I'm actually not going to just have you write one. I want to see if you can actually come up with two different ways that your particular topic would have some sort of influence. Okay. Now, again, I'll look over these and make comments on these. But we're going to then move into what we did with Ms. Lopez in the ILC a couple weeks back, right after we took our Civil War quiz. And she introduced to you guys this LibGuide, which I've posted here as a hyperlink. So I would suggest that of all the databases, the first place to start would be U.S. History and Context for primary sources. Remember, primary sources are those events actually from the time period in which your event happened. Secondary sources are more, historian articles or analyses from after the fact. All right. So I'm asking you for only two pieces of research today. I totally think you can handle this. Okay. And the bibliographic information is rather easy because if you're using one of our databases, the citation can be found in the article. Okay. But I am asking for a summary of the source, paraphrase. Do not just take the first two lines of it and say, this is what it's all about. Paraphrase what the article is about. And then ultimately, and this is where the real value is, okay, how does this information help you answer your research question? And how does it really get at that whole idea of a turning point? Again, folks, ultimately, we are going to be putting together an annotated bibliography. It's going to be due in January. I'll talk about that more when I get back. Not back in January, but back tomorrow. And so all I'm asking for you today is you individually or you with your partner or partners to be putting together two different options for your particular central question, as well as finding two different sources using the LibGuide. All right, please be good for the sub. Please don't make too much noise. Please be productive. I know you can do it. Remember, we've got the Jim Crow Ed puzzle due tomorrow. All right. I hope to be back. Be good. Don't get suspended. Email me if you have any questions. Bye.